Am I like in it?
I hear something. Did you hear?
I can hear it. It's quiet
Oh, okay. It's just, yeah.
or delayed.
Okay,
Hi.
so maybe we're not going to do music, but fine. Okay. So let's do. We're going to just see if we can.
Hi, guys. If you're here, drop us a message in the chat and let
Yeah,
us know if you can hear us and if
yeah,
things are going okay.
we're trying to figure out if the chat is working, and if you guys saw that, we just
But
typed something in the chat, didn't we?
no.
So then, yeah, we're gonna type something to see if you guys can see it.
Should I hit start recording?
I think that is just to record the whole entire thing to the computer.
Oh, okay.
I think. We're obviously streaming because.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. What is that? Also, can you hear us?
Yeah, let us know. Should have left that in the cooler for a little longer. It's delightful. Hello. Hi, Mike. You win. Let us know if you can hear us or our music is being weird. Again, we're still learning.
Yeah.
But at least it's almost 7:30 and not almost 8.
Yeah, and you can hear us?
And you can hear us. Hopefully. Oh shoot, I meant to
What do you mean?
napkin and or paper towel. I did a bad job.
I'll get some.
Thank you.
Oh, you did not.
I did it.
You had everything set
I did.
up.
I did not. Oh, great. Good. Thanks, guys. Do you guys hear music? I don't know if
Yeah.
the music's working or not. It says it is, but I don't think it is.
We can always
Bless.
just turn it off, I guess, since
Oh.
nothing's happening.
It's been a week. It's fine. No music, just the mic audio. Okay.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Seeing as how last month we were.
didn't have mic
Yeah.
audio.
Yep.
I was gonna start
Uh,
handwriting signs of all of the Jesus. We'll start. Oh. Uh-oh. Tess said, we're trying to log in. We can see you, but can't hear you. We might try your volume. I'm not sure.
If anybody else can't hear us,
Oh,
let us
see,
know.
that's what I thought. Turn up the volume significantly because it was really quiet on my phone too.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that we just need to turn our
Go.
this?
Yeah, go up. See if that helps.
Okay, we're gonna turn ourselves up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can we turn this on?
Maybe that is the music. No. Turn that off because I don't understand.
Well, what if we need to have that on?
I don't know.
Does it sound better or worse?
Yeah, can you hear us? We're all the way up on volume.
And we can talk a little louder too. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's better or worse. Sorry, we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
We continue to grow as humans. Thus is life, you know?
Producing YouTube.
We're YouTube producers now, and
Yeah.
that's just a new thing for us.
Yep.
Better, okay. Can you hear me? That's what I feel like right now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? God, I wonder what that guy's doing. Probably retired on an island or something, right?
Yeah. Or he died.
Jeez.
Sorry.
On Bastille?
Sorry.
Golly.
Okay, you see all those pictures up there on the source, in the source.
Yes.
So if you go up, the first one we're going to do is map.
Okay.
Right there. And then we'll go down through the cheeses. There's one for each cheese, but then there's a couple up at the top of where you were.
Oh, yeah.
Jam. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Oh, I'll find it. Okay, it's 7:33.
yeah, we're going to go for it.
Tess,
Everybody,
can you hear us? Well, if you miss something and you can't hear us, chat it and we'll repeat things.
Yeah, sorry. We're not sure exactly what the
We're
deal is.
really good at this, so if you can't hear it, figure it out.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Lincoln,
And I'm Allison.
and we're gonna eat cheese and drink some wine for Bastille Day,
For
which
Bastille
is in
Day,
2 days.
which is
This
in two
isn't,
days.
yeah, this isn't
It's
actually,
July 14th.
yeah. So French independence, that was a good thing,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Okay. All right. We're coming to you guys live from the basement of the Better Cheddar on 48th Street in on the Plaza, and we're gonna go through all these cheeses and talk about them and talk about some cool things about them. And the Better Cheddar's been around since 1983, and we have all kinds of stuff in the store, specialty food, but mainly we're like a specialty cheese shop, and we have other specialty food like
Like sauces and pasta and things for baking and chocolates and some different Asian products, pickly things, cookies, teas, coffee, all kinds of fun, delicious, foodie, kind of hard to find ingredients.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
and you guys know that since you've been here, but
just
we
in case.
always say
I
it.
don't know if there's somebody new. You never know. They
Yeah,
could have guests.
yeah. There is a couple new that haven't done. I'm pretty sure that haven't done a kit doing this one. So
Okay, cool.
say
Well,
hi if this is your first kit. Yeah,
if you want to.
yeah. If you don't have to.
Also, we kind of taste through things like we've done with the menu here. However, you're doing it at home, you're doing it right. So don't feel like you need to go through the cheeses with us. We are going to work down in a row here and go over everything. But however you're doing it, live your life. My parents did this once and they had finished the cheese before we started. So whatever you do is perfect.
Yeah.
So Bastille Day is July 14th every year. It celebrates the storming of the Bastille prison, which was a landmark thing in the French Revolution. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so that's why we celebrate Bastille Day. We,
We.
I mean, we do. We have for the last several years.
Yeah.
But we, try to do it the weekend before so you guys can get a full
Yeah.
dose of.
Since we like cheese
And the French
and the French do cheese,
And
we
yeah,
gotta
the
do it.
French do
Yeah.
food
Yeah.
pretty good. Let's be
That's true.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, go ahead. Sorry.
Wine. So I'll start
Sorry.
with the first wine. So we are going to start. We are. You can. We have both poured. But for this, we are going to start with our pink, and then we're going to go into our red. So the pink that I have here is the Provençal, the Côte de Provence Rosé. It is from Côte de Provence, the region, which is primarily known for making rosés. Um, this is my favorite kind of rosé. They're just this like very light pink color. They have some kind of sweetness to them, but they're a little bit drier. Um, they've got some, minimal skin, or there is minimal skin when they age it. They do it in stainless steel uh, barrels. So it's just a really nice vats. Yes, it's nice. It's crisp, but it's still kind of round like a rosé is. This is just like perfect summer wine, I think. I love this with like seafood drinking, outside on the porch, hot weather. Just a nice, light, lovely rosé.
It's kind of funky on the nose,
Hmm.
but it doesn't taste like
No, and ours is not quite as chilled as I think it should. But yeah,
that. Yeah. It's good.
just nice and
Yeah.
delightful. Also,
Um,
we're just eating our baguettes like this.
yeah.
So
You can flip up that map there. You'll see it there.
PowerPoint.
So you guys can see it down at the bottom where that bottle is. That's the region there. Uh, is it? It's Provence. What
Yeah.
is it? I always can't read. So
Yeah.
Um,
Provence, Alps, Azure.
yeah. So they changed things up several years ago. They're constantly changing up how they do regions and departments in uh, France, but this is like several departments in one now. So it's Provence or several regions in one. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. It's kind of like when somebody looks at the United States and they're like, "What? You have states?" And then
You're like,
it's the
yes,
same
one
thing.
country, but they're like states.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you can see where that is on the map there. And um, we're gonna do the first cheese. So the first cheese is Delice de Cremiere, and as you can see, that is the countryside of Burgundy, where this cheese is from. And this is considered what they call a vineyard cheese because it's made in Burgundy in the middle of a vineyard. There's a, a fromagerie called Dellen there, and they make cheese. And it used to be that they would take the uh, these kinds of cheeses, soft ripened cheeses, from the creamery and then put them into the vineyard's cellars to age. And so that's why they call it a vineyard cheese. But this is triple cream. You guys have had something like this um, before. Well, you've had several like this before. This is, uh, of, of course, triple cream is cream added. So a regular full fat cheese is 45% fat in the cheese or in the dry matter of the cheese, and a triple cream is 75%. So we're getting real close to butter, but it is soft ripened like a brie. So the white mold grows on the outside, and it starts to um, break down the cheese from the outside in, and it gets really creamy and kind of, I don't even know what you would say,
Buttery.
buttery and creamy, but it's just really good. So see what you think. It is kind of like we really like Delice de Bourgogne here. This is like it's basically it's not a copy of that. They're kind of copies of one of the originals, which was Saint. What was it?
On
Saint Andre.
Andre.
Sorry, yeah,
I was like, San
I
Andre?
couldn't think of the
No,
cheese.
like, mm.
But they became real popular, and so almost all of the creameries or fromageries that make soft ripened cheeses in France make a triple cream. And so it's just very popular, and this is one of them. So see what you guys think. It's going to be really good on your baguette.
Holy cow.
Hopefully that turned out. We're just tearing up our baguettes here, but
We're living like the French.
yes.
It does. It just tastes like butter. It's so good. Mm. I've been waiting for this all day.
Yeah.
Um, so I definitely recommend that you have that whip. I haven't seen these pictures
I
yet.
don't know who that lady is, so just
Well,
ignore her.
she seems real nice.
She loves the jam. She doesn't. She's not worried about the Eiffel Tower. Just saying, she loves the jam.
The jam. The La Ancienne. This is the apricot and sliced almonds. Um, so this jam company has been in business since 1952, and it's made just outside of Paris. And they cook them in copper cauldrons, and they get all of their fruit from local. So good. We did the plum one, I think maybe for Bastille Day last year.
Yeah.
Um, but they're just
I think.
the fruit is so good.
Did you see? How do you say Andresi? What is
Oh
it?
yeah, the Andresse Lancienne.
Lancienne. Um,
Ancien.
I looked that up just to see what it meant because
Oh,
I don't know. And it means just old fashioned. So it's their old fashioned jams. Yeah.
mm, The almonds in that are so good.
Yeah. Well, let us know if you got questions,
Hmm.
comments.
Tess said, "Wow, a PowerPoint. This feels fancy." I'm like, "Welcome. We've been out here doing these PowerPoints. Um,
We're trying.
we're doing our best." Matt Matthew said, "I want this for my breakfast on my warm croissant every morning."
Yeah, that'd
Oh
be
my
really
God,
good.
we should do croissants next year.
Yeah.
Okay, croissant. Um, Tess said, "This is amazing." Insert Homer Simpson drooling. Mark said, "I thought was Italian. Did I do this? I can't stop."
It's they do that in Italy too. I mean, in France,
They
Italy.
do it in Italy too, Mark.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes, they
That's
do."
what I'm saying. Okay.
Mm. And with the wine, it just makes it so like light and bright and fresh. I'm like, what else do they eat this with? We did. I know we did it last year. You guys also have do we have a butter picture on here? The butter that you got,
Oh, there's
you
not.
know it, you love
Sorry.
it. It's the rounds, it's the white label, white wrapping with a green label on it. And you can see there's a little cow pressed into the top. Um,
The gas llama.
yes, and it's got the salt crystals in it,
Yeah.
the beurre de barat. I know people ate the butter and the triple cream together when we did.
I mean, oh, sure.
Live your
Why
life.
not?
So do it.
Save some of that for the blue cheese though on your
Yes.
baguette because I think it's gonna be really good. Um, the yeah, the only thing that wasn't on your menu there, and we don't have a funny slide for it, is that butter. So that was just kind of like a bonus. And it's Bastille Day, so you have to have French butter.
Oh yeah. Not that everything on here doesn't have enough butter in it, but
Still, yeah. Can I have some more of that?
mm-hmm. Of which, oh yeah, the mm-hmm.
Just yeah, do whatever. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, oh, those are nice. These little these are a newer product. They are the Comté, the Sables.
Yeah.
It's just like Sables are a French butter cookie. Um, these are obviously savory. As we're talking about butter, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna dip that into everything.
Yeah. If you go to the map,
Mm.
I'll show
Hmm.
you where they're from. Because
Oh,
you
is that
guys
what
really want to know.
they do want to know?
Where is it from?
It is from. Oh gosh, you should have made. I can't pronounce French. Poitou Chartrand.
Yeah, it's
Poitou?
from there. So, yeah, it's good to know.
Part of that.
But it's basically shortbread.
Part of that map just says center. Do they
Yeah,
call that center?
I, so don't laugh, but I didn't do that math.
Okay.
But that is like, yeah, I think it's called center. Some of it's English, some of it's not. But
Okay.
whatever,
That's great.
guys.
We love it.
Yeah.
We're loving
Um,
it.
so
Mm.
uh, they're basically shortbread, savory shortbreads, and they have this like crispy, like you get like a little crispy bit in them while you're chewing them. Like what they do is they make like Comte, they take the Comte cheese, which is like a French mountain cheese, and they toast it. They like make toasted cheese and make it crispy, and then they add that to the yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So those little crunches are like the toasted cheese.
Toasty cheese.
Yeah.
I should dip one of those in. Christy, this butter is literally my life. It's my favorite. It is also one that I sold. I have sold to, I mean, I always tell people it's my favorite and that they should buy it, but I have gotten the most like either follow-ups or people that have called me afterwards have been like, thank you. Like no one has done that for anything else except for this butter. Um, it's just that good.
Yeah.
It really ruins butter for you. You know what I mean? Mm, mm, mm. Okay.
Okay.
We always start so strong.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, I guess we should talk about the next
Well, this will
cheese,
be
huh?
good too.
I mean, I know doesn't get worse. I'm just like,
So, I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me, and I can't even attempt to say
oh,
it.
Ahunts eta ardi gasna.
Okay. So,
Take that
that is
for.
like literal translation. So, this in French would be chèvre and brebis or brebis cheese or tome cheese. And so this is actually the Basque translation. So I just thought we'd go Basque. So
Why don't you go Basque?
yes, yes. Um, and
Mm.
so the Basque translation is that, but that basically means uh, so goat and sheep gazna is cheese in
Okay.
Basque. So goat and sheep's cheese. But in the French, you would put tome next to that. Tome is basically just a small round of cheese. A lot of cheeses get the name tome in France. But yeah, so this is not necessarily, I mean, I don't know why I decided to do the Basque translation,
I love it.
but because we're doing French. But this is on the French side of the Basque country. And you can see there's actually um,
Coming.
yeah, there we go. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh.
So you can see the Basque country is in red up there. And so that line there that divides it is the, below is Spain, and then above is the French Basque Country. So this is made in the Basque Country. Those houses are those are like, if you go to the small villages in the Basque Country, they're all kind of the same, and they all have red shutters. And a lot of times they'll be, they'll have these peppers, Espelette peppers, hanging from their windows, drying.
Mm.
And so that's what those are. But that's the cheese. So this is just super creamy. It is more goat's milk than it is
Mm-hmm.
sheep's milk, and you can tell. Like it's a little bit
Yeah.
more. For people who like goat's milk, they're gonna really like it. But people who are like not too much goat's milk, they would be. It might be a little gamey for them.
It was a little
But
jarring first bite right after
the
Delice.
butter, yeah,
Yeah, the butter.
yeah,
But now that I've had a bite or two, my palate's like, oh yeah, no, this is
yeah.
delicious. It's not wild. That's really good. I like
It's
the
nutty.
texture of that so
Yeah,
much.
it's really creamy, nutty, but a little bit salty.
Mm-hmm.
It would melt really well.
Mm.
Um, But the traditional in the Basque Country, generally, the real popular thing is sheep's milk. Um, Also, roti is a real famous Basque Country sheep's milk cheese. Um, but this is just kind of a play on that with goat's milk and a little bit of sheep's milk.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Um, I also busted out the Niçoise olives.
mm.
Which do we have those on here? No,
Because they had a whole thing
because
of
you
it.
got a
So
whole jar.
sorry.
Oh, so Niçoise olives are obviously olives that are from well, it's
Nice.
the
Yeah.
yeah Nice, but it's the Alps Maritime region, which is the same place that the wine is from. Um, and they're just it's like we were just saying, it's kind of a lot of work for not a whole lot of olive,
Yeah.
but the flavor of them is just so nice. This is where when it's called a Niçoise salad, it's because they put these olives in
Yeah.
them, one of the main ingredients of a Niçoise.
Yeah. If you guys notice on that jar, these are like the way you know these are real olives from Nice is it has a PDO. It's like a red and orange label on it. We talked about this when we were doing um, balsamics the other day.
Hmm.
So this is like the real thing. It's got that seal of approval. So
Mm,
yeah.
okay. Matthew said this is the best cheese that I've ever had. Right? They are. They're like the little sables. They are kind of cheesy.
Oh, is that what he was
Yeah,
talking? Oh,
I'm
I
sure.
thought you
Yeah, yeah.
meant this cheese.
No,
I
no,
got
no,
you.
no.
Yeah,
Cheese
cheese
it.
it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It is very like, yeah, it's got that, but like better.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well,
know?
the texture and the yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Aaron said, "I like this rind." Yeah, this
Oh
is a
yeah.
rind that you can
It's
definitely
natural.
eat. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking
Texture wise,
about,
you might not love it, but
yeah,
and Tess said, "Yeah, I'm usually anti-rind, but this isn't bad."
are we talking about? We're talking about the
I think we're talking
A
about
hoots.
the achuts, the achutspa.
Yeah.
Um, Mark said the flavor is dot 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 nice. Really?
So you're not sure
Wait,
on it?
niece? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
nice.
Is it
I got you.
niece?
I got you. But I really liked that the Côte de Provence
Mhm.
with the Basque cheese. I'm
Mhm.
not even trying to say it anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, not so I wanted to get an olive in there for like well, in Spain they're called pinchos.
Pinchos.
You go to a bar and they have pinchos out
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. One of our employees,
I was there right now.
yeah, is in the Spanish Basque country right now, and we're disappointed that we're not there.
I've never been madder at anyone
Yeah.
in my whole. Just kidding. Their pictures are amazing.
It is
Mm.
her honeymoon, so I guess we'll
I
like
mean,
allow it.
fine,
Yeah.
whatever. Mm.
I prefer the cheese on the French side though.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's good cheese on the Spanish side for sure, but there's something about the French Basque country that
yeah.
I prefer their cheese.
I like Spanish tapas are one of my favorites, but I agree that I'm like I just want their like shrimp and potatoes and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I want the French cheese. Mark said the Nice olives were nice, allegedly.
You guys got a whole jar, so you'll have some left over probably, unless you just really love them.
Mhm.
I mean, you can take the pits out pretty easily by smushing them with a knife and like put
Mhm.
them in salads, put them in whatever pasta sauce. Like making
Mm,
olive pasta
mhm.
sauce with them. They're really good. So
Aaron said we could all plan a trip together, and we should.
yeah, we
And the
should.
better cheddar should pay for it, at least mine. And
I have to get some sponsors for that. 'Cause I don't know.
Christy said, I believe the Spanish call it queso.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. You know what? We need to educate
We do.
ourselves. Mm.
I can't stop eating olives. I think they're really good.
I know I like them. I like them a lot
Yeah.
too. I like them because they are salty, but they're not like
Yeah.
super briny.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more meaty and a little bit more buttery, but they're not quite as like I like the Castle Vetrano olives because they are buttery and super mild, but these aren't like they're kind of in the middle of
Yeah.
being like very, very mild and not.
Yeah. I agree.
That's a wonderful
I don't know what
description.
that means. I
They're
guess
in
it's very
between being mild and not mild.
uh,
Somebody give me a show. Let me talk about
you
food.
already have one. I
Thank you.
mean,
Oh
come
my
on.
God, sorry.
Yeah.
I would never. I would never leave.
Okay.
Okay.
So should we do that next cheese?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So let's go.
Oh yeah, hold on. Hold on, hold on. This is the
Yeah. Let's go there. Okay. So Corsu Vecchio. Vecchio. Sorry. Corsu Vecchio. Uh, so this is a Corsican cheese, and it is all sheep's milk, just like Sardinia. Sardinia, if we had the whole map out, Sardinia is like right. It's just like 100. It's not even 100 miles. It's like right below Corsica. can't see it there.
Oh,
Really,
shoot.
sorry. But so if you look at the map, like right below Corsica is Sardinia. They like Sardinia, Corsica is known for their sheep's milk, and it's kind of like one of those things. Like in Sardinia, there's more sheep than people. Same thing in Corsica, but it is a French island and not an Italian island. But the Italians did um, uh, for a while. I don't know if they owned, but they were in charge of Corsica for a while. The Italians were,
Mm.
and so a lot of the Corsican dialect kind of sounds Italian. So when you look at Vecchio, well, you can just it's not much of a leap to look at like an Italian cheese that is a Vecchio,
Hmm.
and you're like, oh, that's very similar in dialect. And so Vecchio means old in Italian. This means old in Corsican dialect. So this is all sheep's milk. It's kind of just super creamy like this Bash cheese, but it takes on kind of uh, an Italian pecorino kind of at the end. At the end, it's kind of a little like a little bite almost. Would
Hmm.
you call it a bite? I don't know. You guys can tell me what you'd call it. But at the end, so it's not the mildest sheep's milk. A lot of times sheep's milk cheese is mild. This isn't as mild as some sheep's milk cheese, and it kind of takes on that pecorino like um,
Piquant.
Italian style. Yeah, picante. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah,
Spicy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like make sure it's not spicy like pepper spicy, but
yeah,
it's like kind of makes your tongue tingle a little
yeah.
bit.
That's the right word. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, see what you guys think. We started carrying this a couple
Mm,
weeks, well, it's a couple months ago, I guess. But
this
we've
is
been selling it a
delicious.
lot. People have liked it. Yeah, see what you think. Oh, and then sorry, go back to that that slide. So I know this is weird. There's that dude with the bandana.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
like, are we gonna address this
yeah, yeah,
or?
it's just weird. So that's the Corsican flag. Is
Oh,
literally just that guy's head. It used to be, and you might have seen this, but it used to be that guy's head but blindfolded. But now he's not blindfolded. But this is
oh,
the weird thing. That is the head. Back in the 1300s, when the Moors, let's say Muslims, I guess Moors is, they don't say Moors anymore, but the Muslims invaded. Um, they took over Corsica, and then the Corsicans took back the island eventually, but they were like not nice to the invaders, and so that's the head of the leader of the Moors, and he is now their flag.
that's some Game of Thrones
It is. It's pretty messed
stuff
up.
right
So yeah,
there.
so
Good
that's
night.
his beheaded head. So beheaded head. So yeah,
PG-13
yeah,
tonight, guys.
that's right. So now you know, and it's something you always wanted to know, I'm sure. So, but I like the cheese.
Hmm.
Good cheese.
I just did
What?
butter, cheese, jam, baguette.
Oh man, that's good.
Oh man is right.
No.
Because this is a little bit more tangy. You know, these are kind of more same. This has got a nice tang to it with a little bit of sweetness on the bread. Man, really good. And again, this is the cheese. Oh, that we're kind of swapping over to our red
Red,
here,
yeah.
which is going to be the Chateau Coupe Roses. It is from the Minervois region. Um, it's a blend, so it is Grenache, Syrah, and Carignan. Um, I also love that on the back of your bottle, at the very end of its description, it says, "This is good stuff,"
I didn't notice that.
which is, listen,
I mean, sure.
if you know, you know, you
Yeah.
know. So Um, this winery uses biodynamic practices to make their wines. Um, The soil that they grow it on is a mix of clay and limestone, which really just adds some kind of minerality and acidity to the wine when it's grown there um, on limestone and clay. And it's going to be nice and berry-y and maybe a little leathery at the end and just delicious. So have a sip of that if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Slash, let us know what you think about it if you already have.
We could go back to the map. Sorry, I keep
Mm.
going to these things. You can go back to the map and show them where it
I
is.
love the PowerPoint.
Do you? Because I'm like telling you,
You're like,
like,
click on
stop
it.
it, Lincoln. It's right down there, right next to the coast of Provence, is its growing area. What Languedoc is where it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is delightful, by the way.
Yeah, it's like fruit right off the bat, but
Hmm.
then it kind of
It's dry.
goes into yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. Okay, this is also where I want to bring in the Cornichon, which I don't have a picture for the Cornichon, but
Actually, yeah.
oh my God, I do. Wait, what was it that I
Ah, there it is.
Cornichon, Ayo, on
Yeah.
all its glory. So these are Maison Mark Cornichon. These are specifically the white balsamic. Um, so Mark, a Frenchman, was growing gherkins in 1950, um, and that was, so this family has been doing this, and then his son took over and started doing more, and then his grandson took over in 2012, and they are the only producers in France that are their whole product is made in France. So the Cornichon or the gherkins are grown in France. The balsamic, where they're packaged, everything is done in France, and they are the last um, producers of Cornichon in
Everything
France.
in
That
France, yeah.
everything is done in France,
And that means it's expensive.
and that the price point
That's
reflects.
that's why you only got 5 or 6. Sorry, but it's almost like it's a little bit tangier than what we would call bread and butter, but that white balsamic is sweet.
Hmm. See,
I think it's really good with the cheese. Like,
I don't like bread and butter, but I don't mind these.
yeah,
I always have my secret Cornichon here.
yeah,
I was like, these will do.
yeah,
I didn't even need secret Cornichon.
yeah.
Yeah, these are delish.
So if you just have to have those, just be prepared. You're gonna drop almost $30 a jar. Sorry,
Yeah, but you're
it's just
helping a
expensive.
family.
Yeah, yeah,
Young
um,
Henry is a handsome young
yeah,
man.
yeah. And these are grown like right in the middle of um, well, it's not right in the middle, but it's Burgundy. So where the first cheese is from, that's where they grow all their pickles. Pickles?
Gherkins.
Gherkins. Cucumbers. Yeah. So, yeah.
Tess talking about the flag said it reminded her of the Dread Pirate Roberts. Um, Mike said we love the map,
The map.
and Navi
Okay.
said the map is great at my expense. No, I'm just I can't work under the. No, I love the map too.
Lincoln's dumb map.
Stinging map. I keep going. Damn it. Cut to the map.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
But that cheese with the pickle and the bread is
is really
delightful.
good. Yeah.
Mm. And really nice with the red wine. Um, I think also the last thing that I don't want to miss, because I think it's gonna go nice with the blue cheese, but we have it over here on our board, is the butter and caramel galettes. That's what your little cookies are. Again, another butter product from France. Who knew?
What?
Um, but yeah, galettes, they're just little butter and caramel cookies, thin little cookies. These are delicious. I mean, they just look like, little wafer things, but then they're just really good. They're really good. I love these.
Yeah. Um,
Mm.
they're. I don't have a. You can't really see what these look. Well, you can on the map.
Oh God.
I didn't have a whole slide. But up there on the top, is that the left for them? It
Um,
doesn't, yeah, it's,
it's either gonna be the box
yeah,
in the
it's the
top
left for
corner.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's that Le Celtic uh, galettes. Yeah,
Hmm.
they're from Britain. So, yeah, good to know.
Mm. And that cheese is delicious on the galette.
With it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh man,
Hmm.
that's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat. The third cheese on the galette.
Hey,
This is delicious. I think this is my favorite Bastille Day we've done.
really?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't normally say that during
You've
the
done like,
classes.
haven't you done like
I
4?
think this is at least my fourth.
Yeah. Huh.
I think this is my favorite Bastille Day.
Really?
Maybe I've just had a week and I'm like, this is the
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to have cheese. This is delicious.
Okay. So,
Oh, this is Beaufort.
yeah, some of you guys have had this. It was supposed to be a cheese called Saint Nectaire, but I didn't tell you this. But I got the Saint Nectarian and from our importer distributor, and I tasted it, and I was like, I'm not serving that to anyone. It was really bad.
We do think
And
about you guys.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, we'll give you funky stuff. We've done that before. You guys know that. But like this was like, I mean, it was far past its prime.
Oh.
And so I had to call them. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna need my money back on this one because this is
Hmm.
not gonna work. But Saint Nectaire is just like a cheese from Auvergne, um, washed rind, kind of stinky. But we didn't do that. So we did Beaufort. Um, so both this is Beaufort d'Et, and basically that means it's
Mm.
summer Beaufort. It's 2 years old. There is a slide.
Just over here eating my cheese, minding my business.
And so there it is. Oh my goodness. So it's from
It's
Savoy.
beautiful. My God. Look at those at mountains.
Yeah, Savoy or Savoy, I think you would say in France. Yeah. But you see that little red place right there. It's right on well, this is like the Alps basically, but right on the border of um, what's that? Switzerland. Yeah. And so this is a mountain cheese that is only made, like they make Beaufort all year round, but this is the prized one, which is in the summer months in the high elevations where the cows can eat all the good stuff. Raw milk, kind of crystally, a little bit like meaty and a tiny bit funky, but just full flavored, and I really, really like it.
Mm.
You always know Beaufort from, you can see on the picture. Don't go back to it. I'm just
Oh
really
no,
saying.
I'm going
Okay.
back.
So you always know Beaufort. There's two cheeses in France that have this concaved sides like this, and this is like an 80-pound wheel that this comes from, but has a concave side, so you know that's either Beaufort or Abundance. The two cheeses. Abundance is like 20, 25 pounds, and Beaufort is 80 pounds. But so if you ever see a cheese like that, you can be like, oh, that's probably Beaufort, you know. So I'm sure you guys really wanted to know.
I love it.
But yeah,
I like knowing things. That cheese really brings out, it makes the apricot jam really apricot-y.
really,
Yeah, that's delicious.
it's good.
It really makes it
I
more,
think
taste more apricot-y,
yeah,
doesn't it?
I think that's gone good with everything. But
Hmm.
yeah, this is really good.
Yeah. And with the red. Yeah, that jam's gone good with every single one of the cheeses thus far. Oh, wait. I was like, wait, you guys are here too. Christy said, we have the honey balsamic Edmund Fallout mustard.
Ooh,
Chef's kiss goes so great with these cheeses. That is the one thing is I did not bring an emotional support mustard down, and I often do that.
yeah.
But that would be delicious.
I was thinking about doing mustard, but I thought there's some other things I really wanted to do.
Yeah,
So, but
olives and pickles are.
mustard is gonna go with all of this.
Yeah, I'm not mad about the. I think I need another piece of this.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mark said I time my doctor cholesterol checks to be right before you shove foreign butter fats in me. I had a doctor's appointment literally, I think it was like 2 days after our pickle class. Was it this year or last year? I think it was this year. And my blood pressure was so high. I mean, I have a lot of anxiety too, but she was like, girl,
You gonna
she's
cut
like,
back on the
do you
pickles?
like pizza? And I was like, I work at a cheese shop, okay? Lay off of me. All
Yeah.
right. Aaron said, give that cartographer a raise. Don't encourage him.
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be a map every time from now
I
on.
think there should be though, because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I used to know, but I know there was a certain point that they were like, and what kind of a hill does this grape for this wine grow on? What's
Yeah.
the sunlight like there? And I'm like, I don't have enough.
Yeah. If you don't do it, if
I'm
that's
out
not
here
your
trying to
job every
survive.
day, yeah,
I don't care what kind of sunlight this vine gets, okay?
toast.
Kara. And you tell I worked at it. But it is, I like knowing where it's from.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh, I didn't try the Beaufort with pickles.
Hmm
Should do that.
Butter, Beaufort. Oh my God. And
Butter has
pickle.
everything.
Wow. That's the best cheese with butter. It makes it like
I didn't.
toasty
I just
bread.
tried it with pickle, so now I have to
Don't,
try it with
yeah,
butter.
get your life together, man.
Sorry. I'm just gonna put butter on my pickle, guys, and then put a piece of Beaufort on top of my pickle.
Yeah, but then maybe have a little
Plenty of
bread.
bread.
Yeah, you do need bread. Just a little
Okay.
bit. You don't have to be crazy, but
Okay. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh man. What?
so good.
That's just kind of wrong. That was really good.
I know.
Man.
Here I was like, well, this is gonna be my favorite bite, and I was like, well, that one probably is, and I'm like, well, nothing's gonna beat that for me.
Yeah,
Holy cannoli!
it was good.
Yeah, you could literally just make a sandwich with there's butter, Beaufort, baguette, and then just dice up your cornichon.
Yeah.
Go on a picnic. Live your lives. Get
That's right.
outside, guys. It's only like 110 degrees. Today was actually kind of nice, wasn't it? This morning was. I don't
It was hot, but
know.
yeah.
Christy said, it's not my mental health, it's the cheese and pickles, I swear. I told her. She was like, okay.
Did you guys? Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys slice your baguettes? Because we were just too lazy, and now we're just like, I've
We weren't too lazy.
yeah.
You were just like, should we just eat them like this? And I was like, yeah, we should, because we always slice them. This feels more authentic in
Yeah.
a way, you know?
Okay. Well,
We weren't
I just
lazy.
feel
It was a
weird like
choice.
ripping off pieces.
I love that. I feel like I'm getting back to the, I don't know what. I was going to say my roots, but I was like, we're not French. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark said, I know my baguette. I know we joked about doing it Lady in the Tramp style and just
Yeah.
each starting on one of the baguette until we got canceled on the
Yeah,
internet.
that was get flagged or something.
Yeah, they're like, what's happening? No one wants this.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, this is it. So,
Do I need anything else? Butter. I already ate all my
you
butter.
need butter. So, this is Blue de Auvergne, raw milk blue cheese from Auvergne, and I mean, we did this because we got messed up by our distributors, but it's a really good blue cheese, so I'm not complaining. But if you're not a blue lover, it might be a little much for you, but see what you guys think. Um, so Blue de Verne, there's a,
Christy said,
there's
"Do it."
there's a slide.
Oh, I got. Do you like that? I already was like, oh, because the chat. Freaking
Yeah. Um,
PowerPoint. Christy said, "Do it" to our Lady and the Tramp baguette, and
yeah,
then Mark said, "Better baguette than to Lady and the Tramp a wheel of cheese."
that's true. That would be,
Obscene.
yeah.
Wait
Okay.
for it.
So a lot of people don't know this, but what?
Christy also said, "I remember the distributor mess up that led to turkey butter. Good days." Yeah, that was
And
a
that
happy
was,
accident.
yeah, that was a good accident. It was good fun. Okay. So in Auvergne, um, so there's 80 volcanoes, and of course they're dormant now. So there's these mountains, but they're all throughout Auvergne, and the um, biggest one is called uh, is it? How do you pronounce it? Puy.
We?
Is it Puy? I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So Puy uh, de Dome. De Dome? Maybe it's Doom. I don't know. Done. Yeah. So you saw on the Blue Dove Verne there. This is or des Domes is the branding. Um, so or des Domes is like a um, call out to all of these what they call domes, but they're like large volcanoes in Auvergne. But the biggest one is called Puy de Dome,
That's cute.
and it's a very popular, like it's like I think it's like a state park or whatever you would call
Hmm.
it, and people go and climb it. And, yeah. So Blue Deverne is light. It's very similar to Roquefort, the cow's milk. Um, super full flavored, creamy, a little bit funky. Uh, I mean, if you don't like blue, you're probably thinking it's way funky, but you know. But yeah, see what you guys think. I really like this, and especially on the baguette with some butter or maybe
And your
butter
jam.
and jam.
That
Yeah,
was
that
delightful.
was good.
And you know I'm real on the fence about blues, but that was delish.
Yeah,
I did
no, for
baguette
sure.
butter and jam on the baguette butter. Oh, and the cheese. That's why it was so good.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put the cheese now.
Yeah.
And the blue cheese. Ugh, delish. Oh man. What a delight.
That's good. The butter, I almost choked.
Don't
Don't do it. Don't
I
do
will
it.
save you. Don't worry.
The butter kind of tames the blue, and that would be like a real traditional like if you had like blue cheese on a sandwich in France, you would always put butter and
Hmm.
then the blue. So
Well, this isn't as like medicinal as Roquefort is. I don't know that that's the right word, but that's the best way that I can describe it. That's sort
yeah,
of like astringent sort of pecan.
yeah. I mean,
Like but blue
spicy kind
pecan,
of
you know what I
tingles your
mean?
tongue.
Yeah. And it's like
Excuse me.
this isn't quite as like yeah, that kind of tangy.
Yeah.
So it's delicious. Yeah, this is definitely one of our best selling blues for sure.
The other real famous blue from Auvergne would be Forme d'Ambert, which is one of the oldest. cheeses in France. Dates back to Roman times, but it's a little even milder than
Mm-hmm.
this. Um, but they make really good blue cheese in Auvergne. So
Mm. Oh man.
it's good.
Yeah,
Go back to the map,
I will.
please. I was gonna show you.
Turn on the map, wench.
No, I didn't. Um, so yeah, you can see the arrow pointing over in there. There was something I was gonna say about that, but then you said something about a winch, and now I'm like, I
Sorry.
can't think of it. Oh well, you got to see the map again.
Auvergne, Burgundy. Was it the Rhone Alps?
I don't even know. That's okay.
Okay, we're coming back. Um, Mike said, I always disliked blue cheese until I had a French blue for the first time. Now I can't get enough.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and I like the blue, the form d'Ambert. I like that one because it is a little bit more mild, but this is delicious with the butter on it. Note to self.
Blue
You'd think
cheese.
Americans would have figured out to put butter and blue cheese on a sandwich by now.
Yeah.
I
Blue,
mean, we're making.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Blue cheese butter on a galette.
Oh,
That was good.
I think I'm at my blue capacity for
Okay.
the evening. Otherwise, I would do that.
I'm still going.
I want you to. I want you all to.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, this was delightful.
I'm gonna do blue cheese and a little bit of Parmesan and see what happens.
Godspeed. I
Why am
mean,
I doing this? I don't. Let's just do the whole thing.
live your life. Yay, nay,
That was
delightful.
pretty good.
I can see because the Cornichon have a little bit of sweet to them.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, I kind of like that. It wasn't as good as the Comte with the. What
The
was the?
Beaufort and the butter.
That's what I meant. The Beaufort. Sorry. Yeah, that was super good. But that's good.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Guys, favorite bites.
Yeah. Tell us.
What'd you love? What'd you hate?
Yeah.
Mine, I think, Beaufort butter jam baguette.
That was really good.
Yeah. But I also did really like this cheese with the galette.
The Corsi
Hmm.
Becci.
Hmm.
That was good.
I think that was my second
I
favorite.
don't think I disliked anything on here. Like it
No,
was. I mean, I generally don't dislike things
oh,
on
yeah,
these boards, but
I should hope
yeah,
so. You're
yeah.
the one, yeah,
But I
picking
mean,
all the cheese.
I didn't like I could see myself going back to a lot of these
Yeah,
in this context. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Hmm.
stuffed. I was hungry. No, I know this was like full dinner for me tonight.
Yeah.
Normally I try to play it cool, but I did not.
So,
I did not play it cool.
did you guys have like a favorite cheese out of all of them?
Um, Mark said, "I'm so glad that we could fit the full embodiment of liberté in a single tasting."
Nice. I like that.
Aaron said, "Butter on everything." Right? I
Yeah.
know that was honestly that was the best of the night was butter on everything.
Everything. Yeah. I didn't try any butter on a Comte Sable.
Oh, I did. It's
Was
delicious.
it good?
Yeah,
Huh.
dip it in the jam. I'm like, put the jam on it too.
Yeah.
Don't be a fool. Put jam on it. Um, Mike said favorite bites 1 and 4, and basically every bite with butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I know one I thought was gonna be my favorite, but I think yeah 4 and 3 with the galette, and then 1. Aaron said, but really the first cheese was it. We could have quit after that one. I know, right? But then you wouldn't have felt. But I love,
Next
yeah,
time The kit will just be all triple cream. Just
Well,
one triple cream. You get like a half a wheel.
oh my God, can you imagine? Yeah, a half a wheel of a Delise and just a real pricey bottle of bubbles.
There we go.
We're gonna get you some bougie bubbles and a baguette
And that's it.
and a
We
jar
just sit here and
butter, a wheel of butter and
yeah,
cornichon.
yeah. That sounded bad. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God, I know. I would. Um, Christy said, after these cheeses, I'm ready to storm the Bastille. I'm ready to storm my bed. Um, Aaron said, I would divorce my husband for that kit.
Whoa.
Done. Next month, we're
Jeez.
gonna do Bastille Day again. I'm just kidding. You can keep him though. Keep him though.
That's hilarious.
I, I would divorce.
I will not participate
Is
in
he here right
this.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that could be a fun like. I mean, I guess we wouldn't have to do it around the holidays, but
What,
they get a
divorce?
quart. No, well, if you're gonna do it,
Yeah.
it should be no,
Jeez.
like a quarter of a wheel of Delise, like a $50 bottle of,
Yeah.
$50, $60 bottle of bubbles,
Yeah.
wheel of butter,
That
some
could,
cornichon,
yeah.
some mustard. I think they might want mustard.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
I think my favorite, I think my favorite was the Beaufort and the Basque. Ahunts.
hmm Matt said Cremiere and Beaufort, but that blue was great too. It was all good, thank you. Aaron said, yeah, right next to me. He agrees. It's a great kit.
Nice.
That's love, man.
Yeah.
Mike said, who gets the kit in the divorce?
Jeez.
Oh, but
Just don't throw away that 20 years of marriage. I don't know, it's 20 years. But
I know I love that we're all just like, I don't know, do whatever.
yeah.
Um, not really. I was gonna look. We have, we're gonna do the 9th next month, aren't we?
Are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ninth. But we don't know. Do we know? We don't know now.
We do know that it is going to be South African wines.
Oh yeah, we've got a couple of South African wines that we really like. Yeah.
So August 9th will be next month's class. We'll get that out in the next month or so. Our base of that is going to be South African wines. So we may try to find some things that are from maybe other parts of the world that we don't necessarily visit so often,
Yeah.
or styles of things.
We'll see.
We'll see. Or it'll just be like cheddars.
Actually, I mean, some people will go for that.
It
So I
would be
don't.
delicious. I'm not taking
We've
a.
never done an all cheddar tasting. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
listen, I'm full of wonderful ideas. So yeah, we'll have more of a theme, but for now we have a couple. We did a South African wine tasting and it was really good. So we have a couple wines that we're really excited about.
Yeah.
Um, Aaron said that they would have 50-50 custody. That's very
That's good.
deep. That's deep love
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Tess said the Delise was devoured over here too.
Mhm.
So yeah, do you guys have any more thoughts, questions,
Yeah.
concerns? What made you pick a rosé for this one? Matthew said. So I just love like this time of year for me specifically is I mean rosé season and I love again for and with rosés in general for me this was a me pick if you can't tell. I love French, the Côte de Provence rosé. They're my favorite, especially for this time of year when it's hot outside, when you just want something light and easy. And I just felt like this. I don't know. I think did we do a pink last time? I can't remember what we did last time, but it had also just been a little while since we'd done a rosé. And I know not everyone loves it, but I feel like the Cote de Provence rosés are pretty a little bit more approachable. They're just not as sweet or you know,
Yeah. I think,
overwhelming.
well, I thought it went really well with the first two
Oh
cheeses. That
yeah.
was one of the reasons. But I, like you said, this time of year is rosé season, and yeah, we just have a lot of them, and we really like this.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
one of my faves.
yeah,
And this is a rosé that we don't always have it. Well,
most of the time we do.
we have it most of the time.
Yeah,
But we have it every year at least during, again, rosé season. We always order this because it is one of our best selling rosés. And again, one of my favorites. So
yeah.
I've been forcing it upon them. Tell us about your water choice. The Aquapana?
Uh, so that is Italian. So don't tell the French people.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
mine is tap.
Yeah.
I used to work at a restaurant where we sold Aquapana. That was our
Really.
bottled water. I don't think it was in plastic though. I think ours was in glass.
Who was it was telling us that these were like, oh, Christian. The Christian? Were you there when he was telling us at Eddie V's, like, if you want this, it's like $13 or something like
Oh
that?
yeah, I'm sure. Well, yeah, when I worked in New York, I think, and this would have been 400 years ago. I mean, but yeah, if you got a bottle of still water, it was, I think they were at least $7 or $8, and
Jeez.
that would have been in 2000. And when did I move there? 2009, something like that.
Yeah.
Which isn't that crazy for like a bottle of, yeah, they're expensive. So I'm
Yeah.
sure they're probably like $13 now.
Tastes expensive, guys.
They're,
Yeah.
put some water in the refrigerator, get a Brita. Um, Matthew said, agreed. I'm not really a rosé fan, but this was great.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I think it makes it a, well, it's not real fruity. Kind of minerally, and I think that kind of
hmm
lends itself to food.
You get
But
the kind of nice rosé-y bits to it, but it's not like, because I'm also not a huge rosé person because, yeah, just oftentimes they're just a little bit too sweet or too florally or too something
yeah,
for me. Whereas this, I just think you get the rosé, um, but it's just, yeah, lighter. And again, goes well and doesn't overpower any of the cheeses and things.
yeah,
Okay, friends.
yeah.
Do we
We
have
did
any
it.
more questions? Class next month on the 9th. Um, South African wine and
Really good cheese.
TBD
TBD.
and really good cheese.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Hope your
Thanks for doing
summer's
it.
going well. Um, just in regard to classes too, real quick. Oh, would you deliver? We're with our friends in St. Louis tasting. They're hooked. Would you deliver? We're not allowed to ship
Yeah.
booze.
We couldn't do booze.
We could ship everything else, though.
Yeah. It'd just take a going to St. Louis. It would just take a, get there the next day, so that's not an issue. So if they wanted to, we could do that. Um, they would just have to call us and tell us to ship it. But we could do that, but we can't do the booze. It's just weird um, laws. Yeah,
Low. But obviously we could tell you which wines they are, and you maybe since we're in Missouri too, you could probably find them in
yeah,
St. Louis.
I'm sure you could. Yeah,
Um, but just also for the rest of the year, September will probably be an Oktoberfest theme. We still need to pick the date for that. October will be fall favorites. November will be cheese and charcuterie. And December will be a miracle on 48th Street, our holiday tasting extravaganza. Just
yes,
so you guys kind of know what the themes are for the rest of the year. So you can get excited and look forward to things. I think we'll try to get dates out. Maybe this week we can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And have dates for the rest of the classes, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Oh, Matthew, I was gonna say I didn't recognize the Matthew Powell name, but he said I'm the one in St. Louis. Welcome,
Oh,
thank
gotcha.
you.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you for
Ship the
joining
cheese and
us.
let us know about the wine. Yeah, we could. Yeah, give us a call when the next one comes out.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
for hanging out and being here.
Thank you.
Um, Let us know if you have questions. Post your pictures on Instagram. I'll try to remember to look at it and post it. Sorry, I've been really bad about that recently. Um,
We'll do it.
oh, I'm gonna do it. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, what was the name of the butter, Mike? It is a round, white wrapping, green label, and it is the Vertebrate
Le Gasolande.
Le
Gasland.
Gasland,
Yeah.
and it's got a little cow stamped on it. There are other butters that have cows stamped on them. They're not all this good. Just be forewarned.
Normandy is butter country, so that's where that's from. Normandy.
Well, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a butter country.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
we're leaving you.
I guess we're in the end. We can go back to our
Waiting room
yeah,
image?
there we go.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.